Hello, everyone, and welcome back, and thanks for joining me again. We're back with another Magic the Gathering video. This time, this is a summer-themed water deck, since it's coming to be the end of summer soon. So I hope you all enjoy. Before we start the video, like I always say, like, comment, subscribe, share out my videos. Let me know if there's any games you would like to see me play in the future. If you are interested in purchasing any type of codes for Magic the Gathering Arena, such as sleeve codes, deck codes, pack codes, secret lair, certain codes, pet codes, what have you, use my link down below to go to greyvikings.com, and every purchase you make there using my link contributes to points for me in return, so I can cash in those points to get coupon discounts like 15, 25% off, and I can give away those coupon codes to y'all, the fans. So keep that in mind. With that said, our summer Kiora deck. I think that's how you say her name, Kiora. Could be wrong. Don't roast me in the comments. First up, we have 3 unsummon, 1 blue, straight up return target creature to its owner's hands. This deck is pretty much a stall deck for the most part. We got Wash Away, we got 4 of those. It is 1 blue mana. It has Cleave. Cleave says you may cast this card without by removing the words in the square brackets down there. If you pay the extra cleave cost, which is 2 blue mana, 1 anything. And if you do pay the cleave cost, you can counter any target spell. So very, very nice. We have 4 in the deck. Next up, we have Into the Row, or Roll. 1 blue, 1 anything. It has a kicker, so that means you may pay an additional cost of 1 blue and 1 anything to get an additional effect. You get to return target non-land permanent to its owner's hand. If this spell was kicked, you get to draw a card. It's pretty good, disrupts our opponent, keeps the game stalled out long enough so we can pull out our big underwater monsters. Next up, we have Ominous Sea, 1 blue, 1 anything. Whenever you draw a card, put a Foreshadow counter on Ominous Seas. Remove 8 Foreshadow counters from Ominous Seas. Create a 8 blue Kraken creature token. It has, you can tap 2 of anything to discard it to draw another card. So it's very, very good. Here in a minute you'll see that this deck also focuses around a heavy draw engine, since this whole deck is kind of based around 2 cards that are themed that go together. But this plays into our whole ocean theme, and it gives us a chance to draw. And if we get 8 counters on it, we get to create a 8/8 Kraken. Next up, we have Essence Capture. It is 2 blue mana. We get to counter target creature spell, then put a +1/+1 counter on up to 1 target creature you control. It's pretty straightforward. Counter target spell, we get to put a +1/+1 on our creature. Next up, we have Simic Charm. It is 1 blue, 1 green. We have 2 of these. We get to choose 1. Target creature gets +3/+3 until end of turn. Permanents you control gain hexproof until end of turn. That means all your permanents. Or you can return target creature to its owner's hand. So again, very, very good. It's an instant, so that means you can cast it on your turn or your opponent's turn whenever you need one of the options below. That was very, very good. And this is a green and blue Simic deck. Next up, we have Divination, 1 blue, 2 anything. You get to straight up draw 2 cards. Straightforward, draw 2 cards. It'll put counters on Ominous Sea, along with playing into another card we'll get to here in a second. Next up, we have Mesmerizing Dowse, 2 blue, 1 anything. We get to enchant a creature. When Dose enters the battlefield, we get to tap that enchanted creature. Then we get to Profiliate, which means we get to choose a number of permanent counters on one of our cards, and we get to put another one on there. So if it has one counter on it, we can put another one, giving it 2. The enchanted creature doesn't untap during its controller's untap step, which pretty much makes it useless. So it's a good disabler card. It allows us to Profiliate if we need to. So we got 2 in the deck. And next up, we have the main card that the deck's based around. If I had 2 more rares, I would be running 4 of these. So if you are going to make this deck, or a variation of this deck, you're definitely going to want 4 of these bad boys in there. It is Nadir Kraken. It is 2 blue, 1 anything, 2/3. Whenever you draw a card, you may pay 1 any colored mana. If you do, put a +1/+1 counter on him, and you get to create a 1/1 blue tentacle creature token. Now, if you draw 3 cards that turn, and you can literally pay 3 mana and create three tentacle tokens. So the more you draw and the more mana you have left over the tap for Kraken, the more creatures you get to summon. And next up, we have Sea Dasher Octopus. 2 blue, 1 anything. It's a 2/2 with Mutate. Mutate is an ability where if you pay the Mutate cost, you can put it either under or over a target non-human creature you own, and that the Mutate creature or whatever, depending on if you put it on top or bottom, will gain its abilities plus its power and toughness. So we have 1 in the deck since we don't have 2 more of the Nadir Krakens. So our goal pretty much is we can mutate this onto the Kraken, so that way not only when he deals combat damage we get to draw a card, it will proc the Kraken instantly if we pay the 1 extra mana. And next up we have the head lady of the deck, Kiora, the Tide's Fury. She's a planeswalker, 1 blue, 3 anything. For 1 counter, we can conjure a card named Crackling Hatchling into her hand. It's that 1 blue mana, 0/4 creature. Or we can add a +1 counter to her to untap target creature or land. Prevent all damage that would be dealt to and dealt by that permanent until your next turn. So it's a great way to stall out an opponent's creature. Or we could remove 3 counters from her, and we may sacrifice a Kraken. If you do, you get to create a 8/8 blue Kraken creature token. So, this is pretty good. We got 2 of her in the deck. And again, if you noticed in our artwork, those squid tentacles is that big monster right there. So it's pretty cool. It has a little whole tie-in together with it. Next up, we have Kiora, Sovereign of the Deep, her non-planeswalker form. She is a 1 blue, 1 green, 3 anything. She's a 4/5 with the Vigilance and War 3. That's a lot. Whenever you cast a Kraken, Leviathan, Octopus, or Serpent spell from your hand, look at the top X cards of your library where X is that spell's mana value. So the higher spell mana value is, the more cards you can search. So if it is 7 mana, then that's 7 cards you get to search. 7 cards you get to reveal. You may cast a spell with a mana value less than that number from among them without paying its mana cost. Then you put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. So you toss out 1 big serpent with her, you can essentially pull out another one. So it's very, very nice. We got 2 in the deck. She is quite expensive, but if you can get her out and keep her out, you can turn out the big boys really, really easy. And now we come to the big boys. We have Serpent of Yawning Depths. For anything to blue, it's a 6/6 Krakens, Leviathans, Octopuses, and Serpents you control can't be blocked except by Krakens, Leviathans, Octopuses, and Serpents. So pretty straightforward. It gives the majority of all our creatures unblockable, pretty much. Next up, we have Tolerant Terror, 6 anything, 1 blue. This spell costs 1 less to cast for each instant and sorcery card in your graveyard. He's a 5/5 with Ward 2. So that essentially means if you have 5 instances or sorceries in your graveyard, any combination of, he will only cost 1 mana to play. Next up, we have Hullbreaker Kraken, 5 mana to 5 anything to blue, 7/8. It has flash, which means you can cast it like you would an instant. Whenever you cast a spell, you can choose up to 1. Return target spell you don't control to its owner's hand, or return target non-land permanent to its owner's hand. So very, very good. It will be, if you have him out on the field, he will be proccing that effect very, very often. And then next up, we have an Enchantment Saga, Kiora, Beast of the Sea God, 5 anything to blue. Again, when this card enters the battlefield, you put a lore counter on it. The first one says you get to create an 8/8 blue Kraken creature token with hexproof. The second, the phase on it says tap all non-land permanents target opponent controls. They don't untap during their controller's next untap step, which basically means your opponent's creatures that are currently on the field are useless for that turn. And then the last ability on it says gain control of target permanent and opponent controls, untap it. So, yeah. Your stuff is now my stuff. So we got one of these in the deck. And then the last creature in the deck, Kama, Cosmos Serpents. 3 anything, 2 green, 2 blue, a 6/6. Boy, he's a biggie. But he cannot be countered, and at the beginning of each upkeep, we get to create a 3/3 blue serpent creature token named Kuma's Coil. We can sacrifice another serpent to choose 1. We can tap target permanent. Its activated abilities can't be activated this turn, or we can have him gain indestructible until end of turn. Holy Christ, that's a mouthful, but he is absolutely perfect for our deck. If you can get him out on the field and you have a good bit of serpents already out on the field, or well, you can get a good bit of serpents out on the field, yeah, he's pretty much indestructible. And now we have our lands. We have 12 island. We have 4 thriving isles. We have 4 thriving growth. 2 Dreamroot Cascade. We have 1 Little Jaro Mirror Lake, which if we pay 2 mana, if we pay 2 of anything, 2 green, 1 blue, and sacrifice it, we can create a token that's a copy of target creature you control, except it enters the battlefield with a +1/+1 counter on it. So that's really, really a cool effect we can pull off late game if our opponent ain't expecting it. And then 1 Yavimaya Coast. So that's the deck. Let's do a couple of battles, see how it fares. Go to historic play. The deck is not very competitive. It's just meant for fun. Kinda budgety. Well, low budget cost. Well, I should say a low wild card cost, like rarity wise, I should say. Besides Nadir, Kraken, and then Kiora's, of course. some good cards right there, but we gotta have to take a mulligan. We're gonna take one more mulligan and we're gonna have to go with it. Gonna be our best bet right there. Can't play anything first turn, so like he can't either. Need one more land. Hopefully we can get that land. Just gotta get a creature out. Boy, it does not want to give me that mana. There we go. I think we lost. Dang. It didn't want to give us that mana. I tell you, man, sometimes the algorithm on this game is... boy. I mean, I know it's free to play, but that doesn't mean you have to screw people over so they don't, like, constantly stay on and play. I mean, come on. I know how it works. I've played other games before that utilize that tactic, and we don't like them. If you want people to be playing your game like all day, you would think. Off Kiora.
Which cannot protect itself. Be wary of the ground you walk on. You can't fathom the depths of the ocean's might. Even monsters start life small. The elements.
Be able to counter. So let's just hold on to her now.
When the land speaks, I shall listen.
Wash away, sir.
Bigger things to come. I can help you no longer.
I hunt bigger game. The trail is fresh.
Oh, what a precious little one.
Alright, what's that? 1 and 1. Let's do one more. I wonder if we can hold out for that 1 mana. I don't think this man knows what he's doing. probably gonna surrender. I don't know what's wrong with this guy. Broken. Self-sustaining draw engine and creature maker. I figured he was gonna give up. Dang. Alright, everybody. I'm gonna pull the deck back up one more time so everybody can catch one more glance at it. There it is. I hope you've all enjoyed this Magic the Gathering Arena video. Stay tuned. I have plenty more Magic the Gathering videos coming out, along with plenty of other games. So with that said, I'll catch everybody next time.